me or whatever else, but I'm here. I'm ready to go.
You're using a new printer out there, huh? This one's not working in the hallway?
No, I used that one. I was making copies for your
Guess the Lines.
Yeah, I don't have access to the big printer unless I make copies, because you have to have like a company computer, and they're not giving me that, I guess. I don't know.
That's weird. You got the code for the back door where you can't get the printer code.
I got that day one. After that, they're like, hey, don't ask for anything else, you ding dong. So I'm like, all right, good. Where
do you want to start today, Jay?
Well, where do you want to start?
I was thinking the Manning brothers. Did you catch any of that?
I did. Quite a bit.
Oh, man. Well, you're going to know more than I did. I pretty much just caught the highlights, sitting in front of the TV this morning. And
so it's funny. After the show, Adam texted me, and he's like, we didn't talk about, and I don't know, Adam might be in later. I might be held up. I thought we were having a full house. T-Roy's busy. Adam could be busy. It's quite all right. I got you, Adrian. He texted me afterwards. He's like, we didn't even talk about Monday Night Football. Boy, oh boy, I don't know how much I can hammer this. I Googled it last night.
Yeah.
Is there a lawyer out there that's listening? Is there someone else? Does someone want to represent us pro bono so we can trademark Monday Night Football? Because Googling it does not come up. They call it Manning Cast.
Oh, wow.
I can only assume that the NFL says, like, please to the ESPN, like, don't take Monday Night Football. I don't even know if that's trademarked, but, like, there's got to be something. I don't know why you're not calling it that. Manning Cast.
Manning Cast.
That is what they're calling it. And like even across like on social media when people are like, oh, the Manning Cast.
Did they think that is just too close to Monday Night Football?
Gotta be. They got to be like, well, don't take away from this or whatever else. I have no idea. Like
eventually it's going to be called that though, right?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Anyway, so he wrote, Adam was like, hey, we didn't even talk about it because we always speculate what the guests are going to be. Yeah. And we did that last week because we were talking about, all right, Seattle, who was it going to be? Mm-hmm. So Tom Brady, Mr. 600, kind of makes sense. I was surprised because originally when we talked about it, it was a thing that when he was negotiating about maybe calling games, Peyton Manning said, I don't want to do my brother's games and I don't want to do Tom Brady's.
Yeah.
Who knows? But Tom Brady's on there. All right, then you got Marshawn Lynch. He was on in the first quarter. Drew Brees was on in the fourth. And in between Tom and Drew Brees was Sue Bird. Plays in the WNBA, obviously. So there was a lot of talk about basketball and highlights or whatever else. Tom and him were great. Tom was great. Drew was great, too. Those guys together, I mean, they just nail it over and over
Everybody
again.
Was nailing it. Everybody was taking one-liners. Everybody was taking shots at each other.
Yeah.
It was just a fun time all the way around. And again, I just saw the highlights. I didn't even see Drew Brees on there. I didn't see those highlights.
There was a time in there where, so a couple weeks ago, they were in the red zone, and Peyton says something like, starts calling out a play. He's like, this is what they're going to do here and there. And it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And Eli says, good job, Romo. And he's like, ah. So they're all kind of fun. And so then they're getting close to a play, and he says to Eli, he's like, hey, I'm gonna bring up my inner Tony Romo here. I've been talking to him and getting better at this. I know what's going on, so I'm gonna do it. And Eli's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And he does it, and he's wrong or whatever else. And Eli's making fun of him. Then later on, he's like, they're gonna call a timeout here, and it was like right before the 2-minute warning. They're like, they're gonna call a timeout here. They should call a timeout. They're gonna call a timeout here. And then he goes, see, I told you they're gonna call a timeout. And Eli goes. He goes, you saw Sean Payton running down the sideline calling for a timeout. You did not predict anything. Take it easy there. And again, Romo. And then he's like, oh, and he goes, I'm sorry. I shouldn't disrespect the talent. And then Payton starts laughing even further. He's like, oh, I'm the talent. He's like, yeah, you're the talent. So they were going back and forth. I know there's another quote, what the Brady had on there about something to do with... it was something to do with They
enjoyed playing against each other all those years, and then Eli said he enjoyed a couple more than he did.
Yeah, but he said, I enjoyed playing against you all those years, but I enjoyed my games against Peyton a little bit more, and Eli said, I enjoy all my games against you, Tom. Things like that.
Then he ended that with, like, I want to know what those defensive linemen drank before that game, because I need some of it.
Yeah, and they also discussed what the player got. I mean, what the fan got for...
Oh, I did not hear what they discussed that.
Yeah, they talked a little bit about it, and...
It wasn't nearly what he needed, what he should have gotten.
So he got, like, 2 signed jerseys.
Uh-huh.
He got a signed jersey by Mike Evans. Shoes worn by Mike Evans. $1,000 to the shop. Season tickets for 2021, 2022. And then Tom Brady said he gave him a Bitcoin.
Okay.
Which supposedly street value is around $63,000.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about the Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's what he said on the air. He was like, and I gave him a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right. He did.
If I'm wrong,
right.
people at the Heritage Pub Facebook comment thread can tell me wrong, but that's what I heard this morning.
Was there any reason why that fan got the ball at all? Like, did he?
Mike Evans gave it to him.
Okay, it's just random first fan he saw probably or something like that. That's all it was.
Just threw it at him.
It wasn't like.
And then you look on the sidelines. Mike Evans like, I gave him the ball. Like he didn't realize that. He was like, oh man, I kind of messed that up.
What if Mike Evans did that on purpose? Like low key,
it's gonna
like
cost you money.
Low key. I knew what I was doing.
Yeah. So, but Monday Night Football game, Seattle actually closed this one at plus 5.5. Obviously, they covered. The final score was 13-10. Boring game.
Yeah. Weather really played a part, and I don't think either quarterback was that confident in themselves this week. So.
Oh, you know what was fun about that game? In the first quarter, Geno Smith had a carry for 12 yards.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this.
What's that?
Where he lost he ended up losing the yards, so it hurt people in fantasy.
Well,
that's points.
One way to look at it. Yeah.
All right, it took away bets too. You know, he was it over 1.5 rushing yards?
No, it was 14.5.
Oh, okay, 14.5.
If you get 12 in the first quarter, you're pretty much like.
Oh, that's why they were saying 2.5 for the rest of the game. Yeah, everybody in the bar was saying 2.5.
Oh, really? There was a lot of people that were on it.
There was a couple people that said it.
That makes me happy that there were people on it doing that. Yeah, that makes me happy that there were other people because, it didn't. I don't even know. Hold on a second. I'm looking at the box score here. Mm-hmm. And they've got Geno Smith 3 carries for 12 yards. I watched him personally get sacked for like 15 yards in the last quarter. How this math isn't working out for me. Do sacks not count against your rushing yards?
I guess they don't. I don't think they do. Not right there. Obviously they don't. It makes sense.
He was 12 of 22 for 167 yards. 10 times during that he couldn't tuck and run.
Yeah, you would think so. He ran a lot more than I thought Winston was running. Winston didn't figure out how to run until the end of the game.
How annoying is that? He could not figure out to just tuck and run 10 times on those incompletions to get 2.5 yards.
Hey, that last drive, he didn't have any time at all. Like, the game was over. I get it, but it's like 4th and 26, and I just feel bad for the guy that he's got to hike the ball again. I'm like, punt it. Just punt it, man.
Yeah. Well, let's see. At least it was a close game. Monday Night Football was back. I loved it. They don't. The things I can deal with, I can handle not having, and I know they got to fill time, but it's like, hey, Sue, here's a footage of me and Eli playing basketball at a camp one time against each other, and they're just, how do you think my defense is? That type of thing. I'm like, I don't care. The Drew Brees one was nice. Like, it was like strange. Drew comes on, and he's in his office, and
Did they bring up his hair at all?
No.
Oh man.
But he's got his 2 kids, and I don't know if it was Payne or Eli, and they're like, it was just one of those weird things. Like, it was like parent shaming, and it like and it wasn't, but it was like if you look into it, like, so I was like, they're like, oh, your boys are. It's like, yeah, it's my boys, it's not, and I don't know which one of the Manning brothers like, look at you, you're the fun dad. My kids aren't up this late, and like almost immediately he was like, yeah. He's like, all right, guys, that's enough. Dad's got to go to work, go to bed. And I was like, dang, they just parent shamed him, man. Like, you're the
got
fun
the
dad.
kids out of there.
So it was a good time, and I watched the second half with my brother, and he made a point. He's like, how often that we listen to people like that are calling games, and you almost are just like, what do you know? You just get frustrated, and then you're like, that's the fun of them, because once you do it, you're like, they kind of know.
They kind of know.
Yeah, and I like to go.
Why was Peyton wearing the Ole Miss jersey? What was the?
It was Eli's.
Yeah, I knew it was Eli's, but like, was there a reason why they?
I forget what it was, but I did like that Eli said, like, don't want you putting on that jersey and stretching out the neck with your big head. So, they were good. It's just good to have them back. It is refreshing. again, I don't know how good that translates to. I want to say sports bar, but to watching it in a tavern.
Yeah, no, still.
I just don't think it does. There's too much that you're missing. But when you're at home, it's a good watch.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't get a chance to listen to it. Just all the highlights. You know, you can find anything on the internet, and it went viral right away. The things he asked Marshawn Lynch, and the things he asked Tom Brady. A lot of fun in that.
Yeah, again, I'm glad it came back, and we missed it and everything else. First pitch tonight's going to be the World Series. We got to break that down a little bit and come up and figure out who we're going to pick, how many games, and why you should cheer for the Braves or why you should cheer for the Astros. So we get that to look at. Second hour, we're going to do guess the lines.
Okay.
So that'll be fun for everybody else. Some other news around the globe, I guess. Ken Griffey Jr. purchased an ownership stake in the Mariners.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
I like that. Griffey in the game.
That's right.
He's got to get his logo on that jersey, right?
Yeah. Let's see. I got a phone call. Here we go. This should be fun. ESPN 1170 AM.
I'm looking for a Mr. Mehoff, first name Jack.
We're looking for a Jack Mehoff.
I was hoping it was Caesars.
Caesar Hayes, the tricks keep coming. All right, we got a phone call from a Jack Mehoff. Okay, Caesar Hayes, how you doing?
Yes, good.
Good.
Woke up this morning to the anniversary of Ziggy yelling at Troy to find the porn and calling him a moron.
Yeah, I saw that it was shared or whatever else. Yeah, that was this 3 years ago when we talked to Ziggy from. I can't even tell you where he's from, to be honest with you, but he's the guy that
Framing Joe Paterno.
Yeah, Framing Joe Paterno, and was really upset about the whole thing and how it went down. And him and Troy had a good time. I think we were called morons and a lot of other calls or whatever else. And we almost had him on the Penn State week, but it was almost a thing like, why give this guy any more time to yell and call us names? So, but that's the anniversary of you can go back in that. I probably should share that on Facebook because that was an event. That was one. All right, so we already talked yesterday about the World Series. What else you got for me, buddy?
Oh, not much. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to get my phone call in.
I appreciate the phone call because it is trick or treat week, and yeah, like we said, the little pranks they just keep coming. So.
Yeah, I think the World Series should be a good one. I'm excited for when they line up and they announce the starting lineups. That's always like one of my favorite things. And
Easers, did you see what Jock Peterson said about the World Series and his experience there?
No.
He said you got to score more runs than the other team.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. He's like they asked him what was his experience like. What does he think his experience is going to help him out here? He's like, well, he's got to score more runs than the other team.
That makes zero sense.
That's what I know.
That seriously makes zero sense. I mean, I understand what he's getting at, but when you say like, "How was your experience in the World Series?" and you're
like, "How's your experience going to help here?"
Oh, because I just know that in my experience in the past is that all I got to do is just score more runs, and then we're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm. He's probably got the most games, of anyone on the Braves. There's hardly anyone on the Braves who have played in the World Series besides him.
Let's see.
Charlie Morton?
I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, him and Charlie Morton, they'd have to be about it because like D'Arnaud, Freeman, Albies, Dansby Swanson.
Well, on the other hand, the Astros only have 4 guys that are from the 2017 team.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there might be some that have World Series experience, but there aren't any from. So that's the thing here. And yesterday, let's go back to what we talked about yesterday. Easer is about the cheating and like, hey, get over it. Everyone cheats or whatever else. The Astros are getting a bum rap when there's only 4 guys left on the team from the 2017 team, and that's the infield. Those guys. If anything, if we're in a cancel culture and we go back and things and we get mad at people, shouldn't we just be really mad just at Yurli Gurriel for his him making the slant-eyed stuff gestures?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we do that? Yeah, instead of like the cheating because everyone did it type of thing. The only thing that everyone didn't do is they didn't have it's not proven that everybody else at some point took video camera footage and relayed messages to someone who would bang a garbage can. That's the thing. That's what we do know. So not everybody did it, but if you're not cheating, you're not trying. But really, if we're going to find a villain, let's just go back and do that, because that's what we do now. We go back and look at things that people did in the past.
And I remember watching that World Series with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Chase Utley Tweets World Series.
Yeah.
We were all communicating via Twitter that whole World Series. And when that Yuli Gurriel thing happened, we went crazy. We were like, what is he doing? You can't do that.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
I missed the Chase Utley tweets so bad.
Oh, man. Let me pick those up. Anyway, but the old managers, I think that's kind of the storyline. Both kind of, obviously, Dusty, and then the Braves guy's been with the Braves forever.
Yeah, so Dusty Baker's 72 years old. Brian Snitker is 66 years old. They are the oldest duo managers in the history of the World Series. So I guess age has something to do with it. They'll get you there.
And just in a time where you're seeing a younger management group coming in, more and more. And the old guys are still getting there.
Yeah.
35-year-old skipper for the Cardinals.
Yep.
Yep. Guy's half Dusty's age. And, it should be an exciting series. I think, even though I'm going to root for the Astros, I think that the Astros pitching is just too depleted for them to compete with that lineup. I think the Braves lineup's probably just better. And without McCullers, and obviously no Verlander, and Greinke is not... It doesn't seem like Greinke's stretched out. I don't watch the Astros a lot, but he doesn't pitch very long when he is in. And then you got Framber Valdez and that the Luis Garcia. You ever watch that guy pitch?
No, not specifically just to watch him.
He does the cha-cha before he throws the ball.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He's on Dancing with the Stars before he throws a pitch.
And who else does that? Doesn't Jansen from the Dodgers do that now? They got that little hiccup in there.
Yeah. I guess anything to mess with timing, though, man.
I'm interested in all right, so real quick, not to harp too much going back to ALCS, a lot of people were, as far as Red Sox fans go, the thing they go back to is the Nathan Eovaldi, the 1-2 pitch where he didn't get the backdoor breaking ball, and then the Astros went on to score 7 runs. So, again, they scored 7 runs against possibility that maybe the Red Sox could have walked it off. I don't know. I don't care. But pay attention to this narrative of people having this. 3 of the 7 umpires on the crew are making their World Series debut, and just 1 finished the season in the top 20 overall accuracy. This is according to ump scorecards. Here's the ranks out of the 99 umpires here's the ranks that they have. 20th, 43rd, 48th, 60th, 83rd, 86th, and 91st. That's going to be something that's going to come up soon.
Would they draw these guys out of a hat?
I have no idea.
It doesn't say.
Who makes these decisions?
I have no idea.
Let's make it fun, make it entertaining, give people something to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Look, we're talking about it now.
Oh.
3 out of the 7 are making their debut, and the rest of only 1 is in the top 20, and he is number 20 out of 99. So
you're the best, bud.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were going to get better. I thought you were going to get lower. I thought you were going to start at the worst.
20th,
and you went completely the wrong way.
48, 60, 83, 86, and 91st.
Just did not see that coming at all.
Yeah.
And not that it makes a difference, because the other team has to, the other team has the same strike zone, right? The umpires are the same. They suck both ways, basically, is what you hope for. But when I read an article the day after, or 2 days after the NLDS, that said when the Giants looked at who the umpires were, they had to change their approach, because those guys, the zones get wider the deeper into the count they get. So they had to jump on pitches early, and it got them out of what they did as a team all year, which was wait on pitches, take walks, drive up pitch counts, that kind of stuff. And if you have an umpiring crew to where you know, hey, the zone gets worse the more the count goes on, or, you know, it's a bad zone, so therefore you got to expand. And that way, if you get something early on in the count over the plate, you got to swing at. That changes your approach and changes how you play the game. Which for the Astros, Jose Altuve swings at the first pitch almost every plate appearance. So I haven't watched enough of the Braves to know how they do things, but, you know, like it does matter. It does matter. But again, it's on you to adjust, not on the umpire.
Yeah, and I think we need to maybe take a look at the over-unders in the game, especially game one here. So the bullpens of both these teams got worked in the ALCS, and when I say worked, meaning like they're overused. Let's see, each team. So the Braves and the Astros got just 2 starts of 5+ innings in both of their LCSs. So each one only got 2 starters that went 5 or more innings. So their bullpens are a little worked. I know they've had days off, like Sunday, Monday, whatever else. Friday, some had Friday, Saturday. You know what I'm saying. But I think the bullpens are going to be used, and that's another narrative. Not only the umpires. Now we're going to talk about how long the games go. Be prepared that using your bullpen or whatever else. This game is not going to see before 10:30 tonight. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, for sure.
If it's a 7:09 first pitch, I mean this is going to get closer to 11 o'clock.
Yeah, it's going to be
done.
to 11 o'clock. Yeah.
So be prepared for that.
What is over under tonight?
I'll give it to you in just 1 second. The over under. I know that right now the Astros are the favorite to win the series. I can tell you that I'll probably bet the Braves to win it just because. Well, I probably should bet the Astros because I'm bad luck. But I'm actually on a nice little streak here. But so I'm going to do the bet the Braves. All right, the over under is 8 tonight.
Okay. So in 2017, the Dodgers and Astros played 3 games that finished under 8, 2 right at 8. And 3 games went over 8.
So say that again for me.
So game 1, they scored a combined 4 runs.
Okay.
And then game 6, they scored 4 runs combined. And game 7, they scored 6 runs combined. And then they had 2 games right where they hit 8, 4 and 3 and 4. And then obviously game 2, which was like one of the greatest World Series games ever until game 5. They both those went over.
So what are we looking
3
at
unders,
here? Okay,
2
3
tied,
unders.
and 2 overs.
Okay. Yeah, so 3, 2, and 2 to the. 2, 3, and 2 to the over under.
Is the game? Is the game in Houston tonight?
Yes, it is. They had the higher winning
So
percentage.
all three games at Houston either were 2 games were at 8, and then the 1 game was the 12-13 10-inning game.
That makes
game
sense
5,
to me.
which was just
That does make sense.
an amazing game.
Especially because of the DH.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. Go the over tonight at 8, and I think I'm gonna do that as well.
And plus the Astros with the Braves with their right-handed power hitting into the Crawford boxes, they should. Riley will at least deposit 1 or 2 tonight.
The Braves?
Yeah, I think the Braves. I think tonight's gonna be a high-scoring affair.
I do too. Freddie Freeman, Dansby Swanson, Ozzie Albies, and Austin Riley are the second infield ever to all hit 25-plus home runs to go into World Series. Right, just thinking, So I think, like you said, there's some power there in Atlanta, and I hope the Austin Riley story gets even better. Everyone's really into it, and even Freddie Freeman says he's the MVP of the team this year, and he came over in a trade and everything. So, but it's like T. Roy says, he loves Freddie Freeman. Who doesn't like to say the word Freddie Freeman? So, it should be good, and I'm happy about it. It'll be nice. Braves haven't been here since '99. They've got 3 World Series titles: 1914, 1957, 1995. And the Astros just have the 2017. But third trip in 5 years, you can't deny that at all. So, tail of the tape, real quick before I let you go. Run differential: the Astros have the lead there. They're plus 21. The Braves are plus 7. Batting average: the Astros are 281. They're hitting in the postseason. The Braves are just hitting 250. Home runs, the Astros have them by 1. 13 home runs in the postseason. Braves have 12. Braves have the better starters. They have a 3.27 ERA. Astros have a 5.92 ERA. And the relievers have a 3.42. The Astros do, while the Braves have a 3.56. So, all the tail of the tape in that sense looks at Astros. Again, rarely do I do this, but I'm going to put a wager on the Braves to win the series. Because I'm too much of a remote control society that I just want to make the bet that's going to happen that day.
I want to know what Charlie Morton's career numbers are against Houston. He was in the American League for a while. He had to have faced him a few times. And, I mean, just
find that on break for you.
Yeah.
Well, he was with them too.
Yeah.
He pitched with them last year?
Well, he was with them. When did Charlie Morton pitch for them?
Oh, he pitched for them. He was with the Rays, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Charlie Morton was a Ray in the past.
Charlie Morton just feels like he's been around since the Braves last won the World Series in 1995. Seriously, he could be in the year. He could be in the league for like 3 years, and I still would believe that he's been in the league since 1995.
Yeah.
So,
let's see.
He spent 2017 and 18 with him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So 19 and 20, he was with the Rays.
He's got a career 7-4 record with a 3.45 ERA and 16 playoff appearances.
Love that.
15 starts. That's just in playoffs. They don't have his versus Houston numbers on this article I clicked on.
All right, buddy. We got to take a break, Easer A's.
All right.
Before I let you go, I'll give you the trivia question before we go to break, okay? Since you're on the air.
All right.
And you can think about it.
You
Answer
bet.
on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread.
You got
It's
it.
about the World Series. Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody?
Yep.
And including those out there on Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, listening to terrestrial radio, online on ESPN1170am.com. Here's your trivia question before we go to the first break of the hour. Only 6 franchises have never won a World Series. Name them. That's your trivia question. Only 6 franchises have never won a World Series. Name them. Easer A's, thank you for the phone call. I look forward to more tricks the rest of the week.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks, buddy. Bye. All right, that's Easer A's called it. Thanks for calling in. That was
6 teams. Huh?
I didn't even know. And I forgot to say it wasn't Easer A's. That was Jack Me Off. He said.
Or Jack Me Off.
Yeah,
yes.
he said. Yeah, yes. He said he was looking for a Jack Me Off. So, the tricks keep coming Halloween week. All right, we're gonna be right back. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local.
The Rock says he's gonna make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
Hi, this is Derek.
And this is Skip. We are the twins from Arbar Davenport.
And you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
On ESPN 1170 AM.
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
What's your car's monthly payment? There's a good chance that First Midwest Bank can lower it. Just like refinancing a mortgage, First Midwest Bank can refinance your auto loan too. That means lower payments, lower interest rates, and higher monthly savings. Plus, you can wait up to 60 days to make your first payment. Go to firstmidwest.com/auto refi to apply and drive down your car payments today. Member FDIC, subject to credit approval, vehicle insurance required.
Can I get a weight reading on the cat in exam 3?
Zuri needs a new vet tech after their current one literally moved to a farm.
Snap-to-tail checkup is waiting.
But finding an ideal replacement takes some training.
This is like herding cats.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
An online presence was important, but now it's a necessity. TownSquare offers premium website services that get you new leads every day. Go to mylocalcustomers.com to receive a free competitive analysis to help you find more local customers online and help grow your business faster. Plus, a dedicated marketing specialist so you don't have to mess with updating a website. It's fast and easy with no contracts. Cancel at any time. Be one of the first to sign up and receive $500 in free advertising on ESPN 1170 AM. Go to mylocalcustomers.com.
Car old? Need it sold? Get rid of that old car and do a good deed at the same time. Plus, clean up your yard before the snow comes. It's the Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction. That's right, it's back. Donate your car, truck, or SUV, and if you live within 40 miles of Coal Valley, they will even pick it up, even if it doesn't run. All donations are tax deductible. Call 309-799-7044 or check them out online at arrowheadyouth.org. Car old? Need it sold? Arrowhead Ranch Annual Auto Auction in Coal Valley.
Is your mower, tractor, or gator on the down and out? Call River Valley Turf to get it picked up and serviced today. River Valley Turf, your Quad Cities John Deere dealer, has factory-trained technicians on call and ready to work on your equipment today. Servicing all brands of equipment, not just John Deere. Home service calls too. Winter is just around the corner, so get your snow blowers, throwers, and plows ready for the snow. River Valley Turf, your Quad Cities John Deere dealer and customer service experts in Silvis and Davenport, and at rivervalleyturf.com.
I'm Omar East with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Alvin Kamara carried the load for the Saints. Jameis Winston made plays when needed as the Saints beat the Seahawks 13-10 on Monday night. Kamara finishing with 179 all-purpose yards and a touchdown. Jameis Winston notching his fourth game this season without a turnover, matching his total from 2018 and 2019 combined. Elsewhere, Jets quarterback Zach Wilson is expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks with a sprained PCL in his right knee. An MRI Monday confirming the initial diagnosis. Head coach Robert Saleh saying there's a possibility Wilson can play November 14th versus the Bills. With Zach Wilson sidelined, the Jets secured a bit of insurance, reacquiring Joe Flacco in a trade with the Eagles. Flacco served as Sam Darnold's backup in New York last season. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
DQ presents. Picture this. Picture yourself at DQ on Thursday, October 28th for Miracle Treat Day. You roll up to order a Blizzard with your friends and family like you have so many times before. But on this day, every flavor comes with a much-needed dose of hope. For every Blizzard you buy at participating locations, $1 or more will be donated to your local Children's Miracle Network hospital, making Miracle Treat Day the most satisfying way to give hope to kids in your community. Thursday, October 28th at DQ.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
All right, Hassle Maniacs, here we are in the Hassle Castle. Brought to you by our friends from the R-Bar. I want to remind you guys to join the R-Bar's Text Club to get exclusive offers and updates that are sent straight to your phone. Text R-Bar to 1-833-302-2216. Or go ahead and visit textrbar.com to sign up. You will also receive not only those exclusive offers and updates that I just told you about, you also receive event announcements, which, by the way, they have a big one coming up about the Yellowstone preview. It'll be on Sunday night. It's a big event. They're not usually open on Sunday nights, so they're going to be open for everybody to watch that. They're big fans there. But you'll also receive new recipes and content, contests, and giveaways. Not only should you sign up for the exclusive offers by text RBAR to 1-833-302-2216. Go to their Facebook page, like, and follow while you are there. Before we went to break, I gave you a trivia question. I like to give you a trivia question every day if I can have one given to me or find one. And the majority of the time, I forget to come back with the answer. But guess what, Adrian? I'm on my game today.
I shouldn't have said anything because I did not. I was not prepared.
The trivia question before, as regards to the Commissioner's Trophy, the winner of the World Series. Only 6 franchises in Major League Baseball have never won a World Series. Can you name them?
I think I have 2, maybe 3.
I have not looked at the answers yet. Let's do this together. How's that?
Okay.
I will give you a hint that I already know the hint, though.
Okay.
I do know that 3 of them are in the National League, 3 of them in the American League.
Okay, that's fun. All right. That changes things for me. So Seattle has never won,
We know
right?
it's Seattle. That's the first one. The first one we all agree
I think
on.
that's the one we all know.
We all know it's Seattle. Okay? There's your one in the American League.
Have the Rockies won?
They have not.
Okay.
They were in the World Series against the Cardinals, I believe, and was that no, not against Cardinals, against the Red Sox. They lost.
Okay.
They lost. The Rockies have not won one. That part I know.
And so those are the 2 that I was pretty sure on.
I'm pretty sure. I know in '84 the Padres lost to the Detroit Tigers in the World Series, and I think they also played against the Yankees in the '90s. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't think the Padres have.
Okay.
So what we got?
I didn't have
there.
that one. So
Tampa Bay Rays have not won one. They made it in 2008, and they made it in 2019.
And the Rays have
2020. Sorry,
the
Rays have not won one. So what do we have so
your-
far? We have Seattle. We have Rockies.
We have Padres. We have Rays.
Okay. Not done yet. Have the Brewers won one? I think they went somewhere in '83, but I don't think they won it. Why do I feel like they won in '83, but I don't think they did?
I didn't have the
I think they were in the
Brewers
American
ever
League in '83, and I think that the Phillies
Did they
won in
win one
'83.
then?
I think the Phillies won in '83. I'm going to put the Brewers on that list.
Okay.
Where are we at so far?
We need one more. We need one more American League team. Have the Rangers won the World Series?
They have not.
Okay.
Then it's the Rangers.
Rangers.
Let's see how we did. How'd everyone do on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread? We'll find out here.
When did the Twins last win the World Series? They were on my list.
1991. Well, you want to talk about it because it was 7 games.
Us 4.
It was 7 games.
Yeah.
Each team won the home game. Jack Morris went to extra innings. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
So
real happy about that.
Yeah,
real quick.
I mean, it's only been 1991, but yes, they won in '87 and '91.
Okay.
All right. If you just wanted to go down a wormhole of like YouTube, go ahead and watch it.
Yeah.
You'll see one of the greatest
A lot of
performances.
fun.
A lot of
A lot of
Kirby
fun.
Puckett. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good stuff. And if you want to talk about it, I don't think anyone wants to hear it from me, but okay. So here's the answer because I just flipped it over. I did not look ahead, and I feel confident in this. Not a lot of things I know,
You
but
got
I
it.
do follow baseball.
I had a couple of them.
The Rays are one. We
Okay.
had that, right?
Yep.
The Rangers are another. We had that.
Yes.
The Mariners, we definitely know.
Yep.
The Brewers are on there.
Okay.
The Rockies.
Yep.
And the Padres. We nailed it.
You're doing great.
I feel good about that. Nothing, get my own trivia question right.
Nothing bad about that.
Nothing bad about that at all.
So one more thing I wanted to
Sure.
add. Is this the first, this generation, the first team to get all 4 of their divisions? Wait, how many teams are in that division? Is there 5 teams in that division? 4 teams in that division? All of them to the World Series this generation?
What do you mean?
Is that for like the Braves have been to the World Series in the 2000s, the Marlins, the Mets, Houston.
What do you mean Houston?
The Braves. So Braves,
In the
Phillies.
In the century?
Yeah.
Are they the first division? Because the
yes.
Phillies won in 2008.
Yes,
So that's what you're getting in the
first one.
Nationals.
Uh-huh.
So that's what you're getting at. That's a really good point.
Yeah. I think it's the
To
first
make the World
one.
Series.
Yep, make the World Series. All of them.
In the 2000s. Because the Yankees Yankees made it in 2000.
Have the Orioles?
No.
That's Toronto. That's Toronto.
That's really good. All right. Now the West. National League. Giants, yes. Diamondbacks, yes. Dodgers, yes.
Not Padres. Not 2000s,
Not Padres.
right?
I think you're right. That's a really good.
I think it's got to be close. Somebody else, my buddy was talking to me about it earlier. He's like, "Is this the?" And only the Cardinals, Cubs, the Pirates haven't been there.
Not AL Central, not NL Central.
Mm-mm.
You know what? I believe so.
First team, or first division. First division.
This is the first time in any of the 4 major sports that Houston and Atlanta have met in a championship.
Okay, that's kind of fun.
I know. Instead of complaining about this is what we do for you. Instead of you complain about the Astros are cheaters and blah blah blah. Just we give you a little tidbit that you can be like, did you know? And it will change the conversation. Be like, no, I didn't know that.
And
That's
not many
good.
people are watching the Rockets play the Hawks these days.
No, not at all. I guarantee you, I would not watch that in the NBA championship if that were to happen. Yeah, I'm excited for tonight. Like I said, It's interesting. I was listening to a podcast today. It was on ESPN because I'm a company man, and the daily podcast. And Jeff Passan was on, and he was talking about Dusty Baker. And Easer Ace could call back in if he wanted to and defend Dusty Baker. That's fine. But they were like, Jeff Passan was like, first, I think he was laying on so thick because he was like, he said, Astro fans think I totally hate the Houston Astros, which is not true. But he's like, but everyone thinks everyone's dumping on their team. I mean, I don't know what you need to do to be like so over the top to be like, I'm in love with your team, you know. And if you do that, you're called a homer, which I get called quite a bit. I just say like, whatever. I know what I know, and I talk about what I know. But Jeff Passan was talking about like Dusty Baker, and I'm jogging, and I'm like, no, and he was like, well, Dusty Baker is just. He's just cool. And I was like, no, I don't think Dusty Baker's cool.
Not at all.
He's like, Dusty Baker's a guy that you would want to hang out with. No, I do not think Dusty.
You've never wanted to hang out with Dusty Baker?
No, he's not a guy that I'm like, I'm going to have a beer with Dusty Baker.
I'd hang out with Dusty Baker.
I would not.
You'd have to. If he came into Pines, you'd have to sit next to him.
Well, yeah, that part I would. Then I'd be like, hey, are you Dusty Baker? And like, I thought so. You look good for 77. Like, so, like 72. Sorry,
Can I get you an
IPA? Yeah. No, and then judge him. Lagunitas, get out of here. There's so much better IPAs than that. Just immediately judge him on what he orders. It was just like things like that. Like, but I do understand like where it came from. Like the one thing he said that I thought about is like, and he didn't use the term, but in my head I had it like, Dusty Baker is the cooler. He's the guy that takes care of situations and makes them better. Think about it. Bonds is the home run king in 2001. They go to the World Series in 2002. He's the manager of the Giants. Kind of takes off from the whole steroid thing or whatever else, right? You have, the situation here at the Astros. He does that. You have Dusty Baker who comes in and takes care of some of the fans of Flames of the Bartman thing with the Cubs. He's just kind of cool, calmly around and taking care of things, and I'll give him that. He's got a calm, cool nature, and he does kind of have that toothpick in the thing, like aw shucks type of thing, and that's where I think we are not, I don't know the right words, not limiting to him or anything like that, but just like we're not giving him enough credit that he is calming the situation overall, and he really was brought in.
Weather the storm.
Yes, there you go. Now, I don't know a thing about 66-year-old Brian Snicker.
No.
I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. Now, Dusty Baker, I definitely, if you and I were there at the bar, I'd be like, is that Dusty Baker? And you're like, I think so.
That's
and I'd
Dusty.
be like, that's Dusty Baker. Brian Snicker came in.
Dusty.
Yeah.
Yo, Dusty Baker. What's up,
But
man?
Brian Snicker, I'd be like, I don't know. Okay, IPA, yeah, what do you want? Lagunitas, yeah, okay, sure, fine. I wouldn't want to jaw back and forth with it. I'd be like, I don't know who this guy is. So, not like I think I would know who Bobby Cox is even before I would know
absolutely.
Brian Snicker. So, it'll be interesting. Today is the 5-year anniversary. Before we take a break here,
How cool would it be to have a beer with
Mikey? I'm sorry,
Dusty
Mikey
Baker and Bobby Cox?
Yeah. Mikey on the Harrington Club Facebook comment thread said, "Don't take my call. Please call right back in." I'm sorry. I was the board's over here and it doesn't like light up.
I
and
have
it's not
nothing
like,
to do with that. Honestly,
it's not like there's an alarm
That's
that goes
his
off.
fault.
So
Wow.
Mikey
here.
Hart, please call back in, and I won't take a break here. We can go another 10 minutes before I have to take a break before the hour. And so since I'm waiting for you, if you're still on the Harrington Club Facebook comment thread and willing to call in, Mikey, and anyone else who wants to call in, 391-3776. I thought about this. I've done this almost every year, and I think now we're getting to the point. I mean, obviously,
Mike, you better have a joke.
Yeah. So
It's Halloween week.
I think I don't know so much if it was 2017 or maybe. All right, we got Mikey here. All right, I hope so. It could be anybody. ESPN 1170 AM. Who we got?
First name Jock, last name Strap.
We got Jock Strap on the phone. Perfect.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going great.
If nothing more, you guys have to hate. I mean, you got to call the Astros or the Asterix.
Sure.
You can't call them by the Astros anymore.
I know, but that's what we pointed out. The thing is that really we're doing it. There's only 4 guys on the team that were from 2017. So we're
until everybody at every stadium gets a chance to chant "F U Altuve." everybody we still get to hate them.
Okay. Now, I want to play devil's advocate because I appreciate this because I want to just as well. Again, like I said, listen to a podcast, Jeff Passan on today, ESPN Daily. And he said everyone points to that Altuve, and everyone hates on Altuve, and they point to that Game 6 where he grasps his jersey and says, like, hey, and they're saying that there was a buzzer on there. There has never been once proven that he was wearing a buzzer. In all the things, all the studies that you have, all the books written about it, there's never once been proven he was wearing a buzzer. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it.
He still knew that the trash can was being banged. He knew what it meant. Whether or not he wanted it doesn't matter. He still was there. He still partook in it.
Agreed. I agree with you because, like I said, we can say everybody else did it, but what the fact is, and again, go back and listen. It's only like a 30-minute listen to. Jeff Passan does say it's true that plenty teams did it. What is also very true about the Astros specifically is they took video footage and relayed messages to whoever was banging the can. That's the one thing that has been proven. So, yes, we can sit there, and I do not like the asterisks at all. I do not like the commissioner for what he talked about the trophy. I want the Braves to have it in the worst way so that he has to give that piece of metal with his name on it to the team that he took away the All-Star game from. 100%, I'm pulling for the Braves in a very hard way. And if I have the time, and if you're on Twitter or whatever else, and Easer A's is out there too, if I have the time to waste 3 to 4 hours of my night to come back and bring out those Chase Utley tweets and how much fun we had doing that, making fun of Chase Utley, and we can find one person to pick on, I would love to be on Twitter and just bang all over people, and I use that, yes, the pun intended, bang all over a certain player and hate on the asterisks.
Yep. So, beyond that, Manning Night Football, how have you not had that copyrighted?
I have no idea. Thank you. It's the craziest thing. There's got to be a lawyer somewhere that wants to do this pro bono right now, and they've already applying the fees for the trademark license for us. I actually looked it up today. It's anywhere from something dumb from like $89 to $450.
Now, the problem's going to be, are you going to turn into that guy in Washington who took every name that wasn't the Redskins, and then they can't use...
Yes, keep that in mind, okay? I want you to look about this, Mikey. That guy did it because he is a Washington football fan. And he took all those things, particularly because he didn't want someone to do it for the wrong reasons and hijack it.
That's true, but he still kind of hijacked it, and the team still doesn't have a name.
Yeah, I understand. No, I would never... I don't know. I honestly, somebody feverishly should be typing right now and doing this, and good for them if they're doing it while we're wasting our time talking about copywriting or trademarking Manning Night Football. I would not hijack it for anything more than probably just Payne and Eli being on the show. Yeah. That's about it. Hey guys, they're not gonna. They could care less. That's the thing.
Hey, if they're gonna be on the show, can I be in studio that day?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be a packed house. Let's just say that.
I can just guarantee you, it's ESPN. There's got to be something between the NFL and ESPN that NFL's like, don't take away the Monday Night Football thing, and the ESPN just has to be like, yeah. Because, I mean, if you look at certain things in reading, and even like, I think CBSSports.com, or I can't remember whatever else, like even today, there was like Manningcast. I'm like, I can't believe that they're calling this Manningcast and not Manning Night Football. Like, there's got to be a reason, because there's no way in
somebody stop that.
That we are the creative ones that come up with something like this, and no one else saw this coming. So,
I totally agree. Well, fellas, I will leave you with this. Check out Balls and Sticks, the podcast.
Perfect.
Every Saturday around 10:30 in the morning on Facebook.com/Balls and Sticks. You can also listen to us anywhere where you get your podcasts, or find us on YouTube. Thanks a lot, fellas.
Thanks for calling in. Appreciate you.
Go Astros, Jack.
So we got to take a break. When we come back, I do want to talk about what I was getting to before we got to the thing, but and before we got to the phone call, which I really do appreciate, and I like it a lot that he called in. So we just got to do a quick break, come back, talk a little bit more baseball, talk football, then we're going to do guess the lines, me and Adrian. And Adrian's really, really good at guessing the lines, so I feel like I'm going to get beat this week. But I'm hoping.
I had a good week last week. I don't feel like I did good the first time.
All right. Fingers crossed how we do it. We'll be right back here. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
You like that? You like that? give me a hell yeah. I said, give me a hell yeah.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
It pays to parlay pro football with Elite Sportsbook. Receive a 100% bet match up to $25 every Sunday in October on your first 3 or more leg pro football parlay. That's an easy $125 in free bets up for grabs in October. Plus, new signups can take advantage of their first bet being risk-free up to $500. Download the app today and play your game with Elite Sportsbook. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman.
Sam Darnold, to me, may be a great 4A quarterback. I don't know that he'll be a great NFL quarterback. I thought when he got drafted he had a chance to be a good one, but what I've seen is not that. I know he checks a lot of boxes, but does he check them at a high enough level? I've seen Zach Wilson do things where you go, that's a little differently talented.
Keyshawn, Jay Will, and Max. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
We're gonna eat pizza from Casey's and watch the football games. Yeah, enjoy the season with delicious Casey's pizza. 2 tasty pizzas for big game days.
Now at Casey's, you can get 2 large single-topping pizzas with delicious made-from-scratch dough for $9.99 each with promo code DOUBLE.
Casey's here for good. Yeah.
Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman.
Eli Manning, what are you expecting from the Giants quarterback this year?
I think he will be able to take that step forward just because the fact that it is his second year. I've seen firsthand just how hard Daniel works. I know how important it is to him for him to be a successful player. I know he knows this year is a big year for him, but that's not going to put pressure on him. It's going to make him excel and do better.
Keyshawn, Jay Will, and Max. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
The masters of comfort and efficiency. Call Precision Air for your furnaces, geothermal units, humidifiers, and indoor air products. Temperatures can turn quickly, and indoor air quality is more important than ever. Call Precision Air to see how they can help keep your home warm, clean, safe, and efficient this winter. Call Precision Air today to schedule your fall furnace tune-up or an estimate on their indoor air quality products. With the best brands and warranty in the industry and 0% financing, call Precision Air today. Precision Air will be right there.
Canty and Golick Jr.
I, for one, am shocked by the headlines coming out of Philadelphia. Ben Simmons now openly saying he doesn't want to be part of the team before reporting to training camp. I mean, can they just get this over with already? Like, Ben Simmons is going to have this cycle go on long enough for him to be able to claim that you can't fire me, I quit.
Canty and Golick Jr., 2 till 6 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
From lines of credit in Chicagoland to equipment finance loans in the Quad Cities to better cash flow in Milwaukee, First Midwest Bank is committed to using our local knowledge and ideas to help our clients get their business momentum back. Visit firstmidwest.com/commercial-lending. You have plans, we have ideas. First Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
A comprehensive virtual Veterans Services event is happening October 1st through November 19th. The Quad Cities Regional Services for Veterans Project directly connects veterans to VA and community resources online for a 7-week period. Go to the Quad Cities Community Veterans Engagement Board Facebook page, complete the survey, and be contacted based on your needs. Choose VA claims, health care and burial benefits, access legal, employment and education services, and mental health, dental and chiropractic care, and much more. If you are a veteran, you don't want to miss this virtual event. The Quad Cities Regional Services for Veterans Project, October 1st through November 19th. Go to Quad Cities Community Veterans Engagement Board on Facebook. or Google Quad Cities CVEB for the link to the online site. Facebook account is not needed. Brought to you by Unity Point Health, Trinity, Cobham, City of Davenport, American Legion Auxiliary, St. Ambrose University, Whitey's, MH Equipment, Breakfast Optimist Club, Exelon Nuclear, and ESPN 1170.
Download our app today to get breaking news sent right to your phone. Never miss a thing. From the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
ESPN 1170 AM. Tuesday, October 26th, you Hassle Maniacs.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Adrian, are you dressing up for Halloween?
You know, at one point in the month I was thinking about it, but now I just got too many things going on that weekend, and so I will be passing this year. Not for me.
Gotcha. Yep.
And normally I don't. I just throw something together last minute, and then I'm a ghost. Boo. I don't know. Something dumb.
There you go. Yeah. Gotcha. Well.
What about you?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No.
You're definitely not the guy.
No, not the guy.
I don't know if I've ever really been the guy. Like, I think a couple times I tried hard, but
I really like what you just said there. You tried hard.
Yeah.
The person,
I put like face paint on. And
I guess I don't know why we shouldn't really. I shouldn't live in this world of like genders or whatever else. Like if the female wants to dress up, that's cool. Whatever else. But the guy that gets overly the top for Halloween, I'm like, you're just a tryhard. You're a tryhard who's looking for attention.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the female. I don't care if it's the sexy nurse
I don't
or
like
slutty
the bars
nurse
being
or,
open on Halloween. There's always an eerie feeling about it. Just go home.
Dumb.
You don't need to be.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just you're a tryhard.
We just being fun haters. We just being
we
fun
are.
haters.
We're
We're
100%
totally being fun haters.
So 5 years.
If you
ago,
like fun, don't turn.
5 years ago, the Chicago Cubs won Game 2 of the World Series.
Okay.
Today, 6-0.
Yeah. Well, gotta love that.
And I have fond memories, even though I'm not a Cub fan of that entire series, because I got to watch a lot of friends enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder what really happened after that. Everyone was just Cub fans were like, "Yeah, we won one, no big deal." I don't get that, and I want to go back to those 5 years ago because everyone had a good time then. You know, they were writing up stuff. I really enjoyed those posts. My grandpa made me a Cub fan. People were sharing stories.
Yep.
Within 2 years, it was kind of like. The next, there really wasn't much of the anticipation of a repeat or anything like that. No one was like, "Hey, we got to do this." It was like, "Hey, we got one." What else?
Yeah.
And does it seem longer than 5 years ago?
It does seem a lot longer than 5 years ago. Now that I think about it, especially that we're reminiscing about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they lost Game 1 and then they won Game 2.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we know the rest of the story. But I think about it because I'm just like,
you're right. It was disappointing, and that's what everybody says. They're like, "Oh, why are they getting rid of these guys?" I mean, they disappointed. They were a disappointment almost. You know, it's kind of a fall off that you didn't want to see. Yeah, it was cool getting back to the. I think we still made the playoffs the next few years. You know, awesome, great, a lot better than losing. But there were higher expectations for that team, and they never matched them. I don't feel like.
I know
they got that one, and then it seemed like that was kind of or stalemate.
Yeah, and I just don't. I like the school. You have on one end here where he's like, "I'm done. Baseball. Cubs don't do this. They don't do that. Blah blah blah." He gets all upset. That's just the way he is. And then you have the other side that the people are like, "Well, we won one during my lifetime. I'm fine." And I don't get that.
It is very exciting. No, trust me. I do want more than one, obviously. And I'm not going to be the fan that just sits here and do I believe they'll do it again in my lifetime? Which a lot of people never even saw one. So
we just named 6 that have not had one at all in franchise history.
I do think that they'll do it again in my lifetime. I think that the franchise is not going to fall off like it did in the past. I think they are going to be heading in the right direction quickly. But yeah.
You would just wish it would be like multiple within 10 years, kind of like the Red Sox got rid of their curse and they got together.
Can I get a couple?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm being a little stingy. I get it. There's a lot of teams, but I thought we deserved a couple in a row, for all those years.
Yes.
Back to back, and I'm happy. They can play for as long as they want, and they can be awful in 10 years and still have it be on the team. I don't care.
Yeah, and that would I get what you're saying.
Years.
It'd be cool if they were in it now, like 5 years later, like in the present right now, and you'd be like, "Oh, remember 5 years ago we're doing this," and you're kind of with the same people, like we need to recreate it. That's what you really want.
Yeah.
Because you were doing
they make it back. We have to go to this exact bar instead of this exact table.
That's what I want to know. Do you remember like each game where you were at?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Do you? So that would be, and so that when it's that close instead of like 12 years apart, you're still kind of with some of the same people.
Yep.
Or even like, let's just say,
or even most of the same people would come back
Yeah.
just for that moment. You know, like, oh, we watched it here. I have to watch it here now.
and I would assume that like someone like you, Hacksaw, you guys are friends. You guys were together probably in 2016, right?
No, I don't
Oh, you
think
weren't?
we met like right after that. Like right after that.
I would assume you two ding dongs would like be on FaceTime
Trust
at the
me,
same
you'd
place and
have
be,
thought so.
and be
Yeah,
like,
no.
you know, like
Two
you-
ding
yeah,
dongs,
like
thanks.
he's like, I can't fly back, and you're like, fine, I'll have you on FaceTime in the same bar stool that we were on or whatever.
That's what we
else.
did for our fantasy draft.
Yeah, so like he's watching.
I
them
think if
just
the
sitting
Bears
there.
were a little bit better, we'd be doing it too.
There you go. But that would be the same. Like, hey, do you remember when we did this? Yeah, we should go to that place or whatever else and reminisce it and just be like.
I would
type of
have
thing.
fortunately have to find another place too. The Heroes Pub is where I was. And,
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
That's an interesting story too.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where it was, huh?
Yeah.
Has anything ever gone back in there?
I think something place. Didn't a bar called Cardio go in
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
And then it didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
All right. Yeah, it's not an easy place to get there, but yeah, but I was all over the map. I was at a neighbor's house. I was at Pines, kind of back and forth, just with Cub fans that I just wanted to be around.
I think I watched Game 3 at Frick's and with my other buddies that were watching it there. And then I was like, they lost. I was like, oh yeah, see ya.
Can't do that. Yeah.
Going back to Heroes.
What a time to remember. It was good. And hopefully they get to that spot. And the same thing, don't get me wrong, same thing with White Sox and Cardinals. It's always good when it's local to have this. But I'm looking forward to this World Series. It's one that I will be paying attention to tonight. And I got some things going on. I'm hoping to be able to sit down by first pitch, but I don't know if I'll be able to sit down by first pitch tonight or not. The unfortunate thing that's going to be looming, because there's going to be stories. We talked about the umpires and some things. The age of the managers, that might be something in there that they're going to talk about. The umpires is another one. For some reason, they're not bringing up the Commissioner's Trophy, but there's the looming thing that the Associated Press came up with yesterday, and that is that they are positive that there will be a work stoppage in Major League Baseball starting December 2nd of this year.
Really?
Yeah. They say it's inevitable. They're not getting anywhere. It's be the first work stoppage in 26 years. So
We need Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire.
Huh? Yeah. According to the Associated Press, Major League Baseball is almost certain to have a work stoppage for the first time since the 1994-1995 players' strike. Which, by the way, you're right about Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. But let's not forget about, and I know you were younger, let's not forget about what Cal Ripken did during that. That was a big deal too. So when what he was doing to break the record. So the league's current collective bargaining agreement expires on December 1st, and neither side is expecting a new CBA to be reached before that date. Here's an important line from the AP story. Negotiations have been taking place since last spring, and each side thinks the other has not made proposals that will lead toward an agreement replacing the 5-year contract that expires at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on December 1st. So, according to CBS Sports baseball writer Dan Perry, he writes, given how far we are from spring training 2022, there's no reason at this point to fret over any kind of altered schedule or lost games. That's a good thing, right? Mm-hmm. As well, the December 1st expiration date is, at this writing, still more than a month away. At December 1st, lockout, however, would also, in essence, put a freeze on the free agency process. And if that lockout drags on, then the offseason calendar could become all too compressed for a normal run-up to the 2022 season. Really interesting. You have a story like late last week that Major League Baseball, minor league baseball is going to provide housing for minor league baseballs, and we all think that's in a positive direction. Everything
It
they're
really
doing.
is.
And then you have something like this that's looming over. It's a black cloud, so which kind of sucks. And hopefully that's not something that's not a narrative that will be too big as far as this World Series goes. I
would hope it won't.
Yeah.
It won't be, and it is only a month out basically now. You look at it,
Mm-hmm.
December 2nd. We're right around the corner from November, but it might be. I don't think it'll take anything away from this series right now.
I really want the Braves to steal Game 1.
You just want to steal Game 1?
Because I don't want to even think about the idea of like an Astros sweep. I don't want something boring out of this World Series at all.
Yeah.
I want the drama to keep going. I want
more baseball.
I want a 5, 6, or 7 at
Give
least.
me
I
a
want
week
6
more.
or 7. Yeah.
Just give me a week more.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen at all. So, I'll be pulling for the Braves hard tonight. I've already said that. So it is what it is. All right, so we got to do something.
It's time to play the game.
Oh, we are in the second hour.
We are in the second hour.
Time to play the game.
You know, he's gonna be upset. He had things coming up. I understand that. He can complain about it another time. And but we're doing guest lines, you and me, buddy.
No T-Roy.
No T-Roy.
That's a bummer.
You get all upset later. I'll be like, oh, I'm not. You didn't do it for me.
We gotta do this now because I like to put my first NFL.
Yeah, I don't want to
bet
wait
on
anymore. I don't.
Wednesday.
And the thing is, like,
Tuesday
it was
afternoon.
like. It was so bad that, like, and I usually do, like, I'll either do my lines and I'll take a picture if I feel like I'm going to move forward, like I can't avoid it anymore. Yeah. And I did it last night. I already wrote mine down, and so I took a picture, and then I filled them out
you
today.
had it?
Yeah, and so, and going into today, I was like, I'm not waiting. I'm not going to wait till Thursday. People already know the lines. They're not dummies. We're in the Iowa side has gambling now, so to wait till like Thursday or anything like that is not going to be the best for us. So we're going to do the Week 8 Guess the Lines, and then what we do is we encourage you, as you're listening at home, to play along, guess out loud, or on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. Leave them on there as well. We're going to take a look at every game from Week 8, starting on Thursday all the way through the Monday night game that will be on November 1st. We're going to guess the lines. We're going to see who's closer. Award points that way. It's a lot of fun, and say why we agree or don't agree. The Thursday night game is Green Bay at Arizona. Arizona is undefeated. Green Bay has 1 loss. Potential. Well, I mean, these two can, if they continue, if they don't see each other in any type of, like, I don't know if they'll see each other first round, but potential to see each other in the championship or any time before that. This is a possible postseason preview, if you will.
No, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big postseason preview. We've seen Green Bay kind of, I wouldn't say firing on all cylinders, but playing good enough to where they're won every one of their football games except for that, hiccup we would say starting off at the beginning of the year.
Sure.
Arizona's the only undefeated team. Devontae Adams out, COVID protocol. I think that's really going to hurt the Green Bay Packers here this week.
It is. It did not. Again, I wrote mine down yesterday before this announcement came, and I stayed true to what I wrote down as far and everything else. This line has been affected by it, and I know that I think Erickson wrote something on Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread that this line might have been affected as much as 3 points. That part I don't know for certain. I'd have to go back and look at the comment thread. You guys can let me know on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. But there it is. Erickson says the Heritage Pub Packers line has moved 3 points because of Adams with the vid. Mm-hmm. That means I would be kind of around where it is. I originally went with Arizona minus 2.5.
I had Arizona minus 3.5, which I thought I was low on after the Devontae Adams thing.
Obviously I'm low on it as well. So originally this must have opened up at minus 3. It is now minus 6.
Minus 6.
That is a lot of points. I can tell you that Green Bay plus 6, if I move that line 6.5 or 7 points to 12.5 or 13, that will be on part of my teaser. I don't care what any Green Bay Packer shareholder says to me that I like Packers in the points if I can tease that line, which
Aaron
I can.
Rodgers is still a bad man.
Yeah. So we would have been, would you say 3.5?
3.5.
We would have split it, but anyway, you get it. You're closer. That one goes to you. Yeah, I would love to see the look ahead line. This is something we don't do very often, and we need to do it more. And when I say look ahead line, when the schedule comes out, when Vegas first comes out with, then they'll come out with every week, and that's the look ahead line. So if you're looking at like what this was at July 8th, I would love to see what this line was at the look ahead line because. And then at the time, you didn't know if Aaron Rodgers was going to be a Packer, so I bet you it had to be. I bet you could. Still, I think the Packers would have been favored. Maybe
nobody
would have
been
2.5.
Nobody would
1.5.
guess what Arizona's done right now.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 noon games.
Sounds like I'll get 7 out of 8 of those right again.
Sounds good. Carolina Panthers travel to the Atlanta Falcons for an NFC South matchup.
They did say Sam Darnold's going to start this game. Why pull him in the last game? You were still in contention to win that Giants game.
Yeah,
he was playing terrible. It's not a moment where I'm pulling my quarterback, though, when you're still only 12 points down.
Yeah, what
and
is
the entire fourth quarter to go?
Is it 5 interceptions the last 3 games or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's bad, but I mean, I'm not pulling my starter for XFL star PJ Walker is his name. Is that his name? Is it PJ?
Yes,
PJ
it is.
Walker, is that his name?
We could talk about the AAF and XFL all you want. I was an expert on it.
Hey, I'm just saying, wasn't he undefeated before COVID, or was it?
Yeah, he was really good.
He was doing great. There's talks about him. He's been the backup there 2 years now.
You just convinced me into the Carolina Panthers.
No, what are you talking about? It sounds awful. There's no way they're favored in this game.
They are not favored in this game.
Atlanta did find another way to win a football game.
I can't do these teams anymore without thinking about our Ted Lasso from yesterday. And Atlanta smells like potential. You know what I like about it? Love the smell of a locker room. Smells like potential. Atlanta, I got Atlanta -3.
I got Atlanta's -3.5.
Let me get this because I'm just a little bit closer. It is Atlanta -2.5.
Damn, nice.
I know. I don't know why the half came there. This one reeks. We're talking about smell of just give them the good old fashioned 3 for being at home. I don't know why it's 2.5 at all, but maybe the PJ. It's probably because of PJ Walker.
Winning last year and Carolina. No, Sam Darnold is definitely starting. They've already announced it.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe it's the possibility. Who knows?
Pittsburgh, Cleveland next.
What? Where are you at? No,
What?
you skipped over.
No, we don't need to talk about that game.
You don't want to talk about Miami at Buffalo?
Oh, wait, I went 2. I thought San Francisco, Chicago was next. I was trying to avoid the Chicago.
Miami at Buffalo.
Okay, my bad.
Oh boy,
what are we talking about?
I
here?
am way off on this one.
Tua's playing football games well enough to win football games. This is kind of the scary part. Like we said yesterday, they're overthinking things a little bit. Like what? Just play football.
2 good games in a row. Like Merritt came in a week ago yesterday, and he's like, "This is not on Tua," and he had another good game.
The entire team isn't playing well. The defense. I mean, when you're Atlanta loses those football games.
Yeah, because
now you're a team that lost to Atlanta late in the game.
Because of Merrick, I plugged and played Tua in last minute.
Thank God
picking
I got
someone
the
up.
2.5. I got the 2.5 with Miami.
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
See. I was way low on this. I only went Buffalo -7.5. I didn't like it. It was a divisional game. Yeah, I'm low.
Okay.
Where are you at?
10.
Yeah, I give it 10.
10.
I give it 10. Good for you. You're going to get this. It is Buffalo Bills -13.5.
Oh, 13.5. Wow.
I guess off a bye week, but divisional at home,
they're
Miami.
Pissed.
Yeah,
they're pissed off, I bet, too. They've been brewing on that for 2 weeks now.
Yeah. The 4th and 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And tease this one down.
Especially after what Tennessee did to the Chiefs, too.
Yeah.
So it's Buffalo -13.5.
That's right.
I thought I was too high.
Okay.
Wow. I'm not doing very good. You had to jinx it. You had to say I did good last week.
I think you're just fine. I'm telling you, I felt like the entire time when I was writing them down, after I looked at my photo from yesterday and I was like, okay, I'm sticking to it. I got to look at it. I'm not changing anything. And I still, the entire time, I'm like, I don't know, I'm off. And I feel like I'm off on the next one. We don't have to spend a lot of time. San Francisco at Chicago.
There's no way either team's favored in this, right? How awful is this? There's no way Chicago could be favored at home after last week's game. San Francisco, you can blame on the weather. You can blame that a little bit on the weather, or most of it on the weather, all of it if you want to. It's San Francisco's got to be favored. I got 2. I'm thinking maybe 1. But I wrote down 2.
You and I are paddling in the same boat. I went with San Francisco -1. I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, listen, it's in Chicago. They're a little beat up. Blah, blah, blah. San Francisco is a little beat up.
They looked awful. Yes, Justin Fields put in some bad situations.
Maybe I gave too much for Chicago and Nagy in the COVID, and hopefully things happen.
God, get him fired.
Anyway, you get this one. You're going to be closer. It's actually San Francisco -3.5. The Bears are home dogs in the NFL game. So, really interesting line there. I feel like, I think I've said it now like 2 weeks in a row, like I'm leaning towards Chicago. Yeah, because against the Packers, and then the last one, I'm like, I like Chicago.
But this is what's going to happen. Chicago's going to win this game like 21-14 or something like that, or 21-10.
It would be like 21-19 something down.
They're gonna like just look great in this entire game.
Yeah, Fields is gonna be something like 21 of 25.
He's a genius. Yeah.
And it would be like, oh,
we had great field position, so he's got like 3
it all worked
touchdowns.
out. All he needed was so many starts, and now halfway through now, and then people are going to speculate: could the Bears really sneak into the playoffs if they win out? Look at their schedule.
This is what the Bears do.
Blech. And that's what, and they got in last year. They were the bad team that got in last year, and then they'll start speculating again. Okay, Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Oh, boy.
Pittsburgh coming off a bye. Cleveland
Yeah.
banged up. It's still Cleveland at home. Baker's got to play this game, right? They gave him that extra time off so he can play this game. They do not want to lose the Steelers, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume my line went with Baker playing this week. It's still nothing to write home about. I don't like the Pittsburgh coming off a bye. Where were you at?
I wanted to talk real quick. Someone did mention on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, and I love the idea that there was rumors that Mike Tomlin might be going to USC.
Did you see what he said?
I did, and I really want to read the quote. And where it came from and how it started is about as absurd as the speculation of it. All right. So there was some rumors that Tomlin might be linked to the USC vacant coaching job, and this is what he said. I don't have time for that speculation, Tomlin said. That's a joke to me. I got one of the best jobs in all of professional sports. He does.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
He says, why would I have any interest in coaching college football? That will be the last time that I address it. And not only today, but moving forward. Never say never, but never. There's not a booster with a big enough blank check. Mm-hmm. He added, anybody asking Sean Payton about that? Anybody asking Andy Reid about stuff like that? He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Why would Tomlin be linked to it? Here's where it came from. It started from Carson Palmer's comments on Monday on the Dan Patrick Show. The former USC quarterback said Tomlin could be a wild card for the Trojans' vacancy. And here's what his quote was. That's what's so great about the USC job. I do not know what decade he's living in.
Yeah, but there's nothing great about that job anymore.
Anyway, he says, Palmer said, it can lure an NFL guy that's tired of their current situation and worried about it. Is Ben Roethlisberger gone? Is he done? Who are we going to draft? Does Mike Tomlin have to start over with the first-round young rookie quarterback? Palmer also said he's included in conversations with the Trojans since they fired Clay Helton last month, offered his input amid the school's search. It is absurd that you just did that and threw that out there and make this stuff and whatever else. Pittsburgh doesn't need that in their clubhouse. I'm glad Tomlin said something. I think Carson Palmer is just a complete and utter clown for doing that.
Is that just a Cincinnati hate for because he played for Cincinnati that he hates the Steelers
Maybe.
and just wanted to, stir up some turmoil when the Bengals are
not really.
Here.
Didn't he like set out a year though or at Cincinnati or anything like that? So I don't know why he doesn't have any loyalty to that. Anyway, I've got Cleveland -2.5.
I have Cleveland -3.
You are gonna get this. You're just a little bit closer to me. It is actually Cleveland -3.5.
Okay.
So there you go. Look at you. Already up 4-1. Philadelphia travels to the Detroit Lions.
I don't know if it's that I'm good or you're just not good.
That's a good point. Philadelphia goes to the Detroit Goldfish.
I'm never putting money on this game.
No. I'm not watching this game. I'm not putting money on it. It's definitely not going to be in Survivor. I could care less about anything that has to do with this game.
Philadelphia is 2-5 now. Couldn't cover me 3 points last week to win me a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
The
only thing that will make this game happy is if Randall Cunningham plays quarterback and Barry Sanders is running back for the Lions.
If Jalen Hurts was on my fantasy team, I would have dropped him. That's how angry I was.
I like that. I like spite.
I
like spiteful Adrian.
Get away from me.
What do you got?
Game. I don't even know why. I think Detroit's just playing harder than what I think Philadelphia is kind of trying at this point. Detroit at home. I have Detroit -3.
I was on the exact opposite side. I had Philadelphia favored on the road at -3.
I just think Detroit's playing harder these days, and I feel like it's almost a give-up method right now in Philadelphia. And Dan Campbell's at press conference looks like he's going to cry at the end of games.
Sure.
I feel like there's heart there in Detroit. I feel like there's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get this. It's actually Philadelphia minus 3.5.
No shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
Exactly.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
Nope. All right.
I was way off. At home?
3 more, and then we'll take a break.
That's terrible.
Tennessee on the road at Indianapolis Colts, AFC South showdown.
Look, Indy's been playing good.
They have.
You can say, like I kind of gave the rain excuse to San Francisco earlier, but Indy's used to playing in a dome, so they had to play in the exact same rain the other night. Carson Wentz looks like he can play quarterback again.
Mm-hmm. Good running game, but so does Tennessee. The receivers are kind of a little bit.
Tennessee is definitely favored in this game after what they did to the Chiefs.
I agree.
Tennessee -2.
Good for you. I had Tennessee -4. I actually like Tennessee. I like the way they're playing, and it's rare for me to say I haven't been sold on the Colts, even though we said yesterday about how they are a good team when we used our Ted Lasso quote. You're going to get this. You had Tennessee -2?
Yes.
It's Tennessee -1. I had Tennessee -4. You're closer. Okay. Now we go on to the team that everyone loves to love, the Cincinnati Burros.
Don't you just like them, what they did to the Ravens? Wasn't that just a lot of fun watching somebody do that to the Ravens and like it be the Bengals? And it's like, you never seen the Bengals do that.
Yeah.
You never see that jersey do that to that jersey in your entire life.
I know.
It definitely wasn't
And
during
you're like,
Andy Dalton.
You're like, you'd have to go really, really far back for that. But it's like, instead of like...
and then when Jamar Chase spun out of that tackle, and he's like, oh!
A lot of times, like, you watch a Bengals game, and you're like, am I cheering for the Bengals? This is in the past, not this year or whatever else. And you kind of like scrunch up your nose like you smelled a wet fart. And you're like... and then now it doesn't feel that way. You're like, oh, look at them. Look at Jamar Chase. Look at Burrows. They're just having fun out there. These guys, this might be the future.
They've been doing this for the years.
Yeah, maybe I should hook my wagon to this. I don't know.
I'm still in that lanyard.
I'm telling you, I was way low on this, considering that I should have, because I knew better that Mike White is going to be starting for the Jets.
Oh, they're not just going to throw Flacco in there?
Oh, that's right. They traded for him.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows? Right now, he's named the starter.
Okay.
Who knows what Joe Flacco's going to do?
That means I'm probably too low, too.
Which is Matt Schaub 2.0. Yeah, so Flacco, yeah, they just traded for him. Right now, it's supposed to be Mike White. I was low on this. I was Cincinnati -5 on the road.
Oh, you went that low.
You went that low.
You went that low.
I don't think the gambling public or Vegas has faith in the Bengals right now. So then again, the opposite.
After what they just did last week,
I
they're
just
still
don't
putting up points.
I just don't
the
think
offense seems to be clicking.
I'm
They're
shocked
faster
by
than
this.
that. I got them at 13, -13.
And you get it again. It is -10.
It's
when was the
-10?
last time Cincinnati was a double-digit favorite? Especially on the road.
Somebody looked that up.
Yeah, somebody looked that up. The last time Cincinnati was a double-digit favorite on the road
It's the Jets, man.
was a long time ago.
Did you see what just happened
Oh,
there?
I do not like putting a road team on my Survivor. But did I already do the Bengals? I feel like I already did the Bengals. I did a bunch of B teams like week 2 through 5.
Did you
from
take them against the Jags? Did you have to sweat that one?
The Bills. I think against was it close?
It was close.
Yeah, I had to sweat that one out. All right, so I'm pretty sure I already took the Bengals then. Darn it all. All right.
One more.
Last game before we take a break.
All right.
The Rams at Houston. I'm getting slaughtered, by the way. The Rams at Houston.
I'm not even that close.
What do you
You're just far off. I'm telling you, it's not even about me being close here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still.
Rams go on the road. I got this one in double digits.
Absolutely. I feel like I like Houston with whatever the point spread is, though. I feel like they can score at home. I feel like they can score on the Rams. I feel like. And is it Tyrod Taylor possibly going to play this game?
I think so. I got the Rams -10, and I don't know what I was thinking. What'd you do?
I'm at 16.
And you're going to be closer. It's -14.5, the Rams. So, man, this is just, yeah. I'm not.
I feel like you should have been better than that one.
I feel like I should too.
On that one right there, I feel like you definitely should have been higher.
I don't know what I was thinking.
And 5 only for Cincinnati?
I know.
Like, even you couldn't even give it a full touchdown, or 8? You couldn't even go with 8. You would have got it with 8. You would have been closer.
I know. I really should have been like they're beaten by 7, take away a 1.5 for home field. At least I should have been 5.5, not 5. But I wrote it down. I stuck to it, and I didn't want to take anything away from it. So again. But I didn't. It's not like I saw the line in between that I could have changed.
That's
it.
all right.
Really
We have a
wasn't-
second half of games. You can make a comeback.
I doubt it, but
you
yeah.
win them all.
All right, we'll be right back here. ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us. We're local.
We're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
Hi, this is Derek.
And this is Skip. We are the twins from Arbar Davenport.
And you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
On ESPN 1170 AM.
This is Ella Schmidt, the 106-pounder for Bettendorf, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
We're gonna eat pizza from Casey's and watch the football games. Yeah, enjoy the season with delicious Casey's pizza. 2 tasty pizzas for big game days.
Now at Casey's, you can get 2 large single-topping pizzas with delicious made-from-scratch dough for $9.99 each with promo code DOUBLE.
Casey's here for good. Yeah.
Enjoy the Amana brand advantage only from Family Heating and Cooling. A+ Better Business Bureau rated and A-rated on Angie's List. You can trust Family Heating and Cooling to keep your home comfortable. Installing the highest quality Amana brand furnace and AC units with their lifetime unit replacement, you'll never have to buy another unit again. Ask about system discounts and Mid-American rebates available now. Call Family Heating and Cooling today, 563-359-1000. Treating you like family. Family Heating and Cooling, your Amana brand dealer.
It's Macy's Friends and Family with our biggest savings on everything you need to get ready for the holidays. Like an extra 30% off brands that rarely go on sale with your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off fragrances, skincare, makeup, and more great beauty gift ideas. Going on now at Macy's. Plus, get contact-free curbside pickup or pickup in store today. Details at Macys.com/pickup. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up,
Good night.
there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store rewards to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell. And engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
So as you guys know, Mark's gone.
The float artist at Fred's Floral just took off, days before the parade. They need a replacement before business passes them by.
And who am I going to get to finish the float?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When you open an essential business checking account at First Midwest Bank, you'll earn a $500 bonus. But that's not all. You'll also have your own local banker who knows your business. A $500 bonus plus a local bank to help you succeed. That's banking with momentum. Visit a First Midwest branch to open an essential business checking account by November 30th, 2021. $100 minimum deposit to open. Available to businesses located in Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, and Wisconsin. Must complete all bonus requirements to be eligible. Details available at firstmidwest.com/smallbiz, member FDIC.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB Davenport, a town square media station.
Welcome back. Don't hassle us. We're local here on ESPN 1170 AM, 129.
I'm actually glad that you shared all that information with me right there. I don't know, like I'm kind of nosy person myself. It's like I get it from my mom, so it's kind of fun to know something. Like
Sure.
Maybe I wasn't
It's what the kids are calling spill the tea these days.
Spill the tea. I like that.
Yeah, you haven't heard that before?
You spilling the tea?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
spilling the tea on that?
Yeah, I was spilling some tea in the commercial break. Thank goodness there was not any hot mics, but yeah, spilling the tea. That's what the kids are telling it, and it is fun. And funny thing about that is, once, twice a week, whatever else. I'm fortunate enough to drive my daughter and some of her friends to school, and we are always spilling the tea or whatever. I'm like, what's going on in the middle school?
We got to get a spill in the tea segment.
Oh, you know what the middle school is? Whoa, boy! Tell you what. There's drama going on, and right now, this is the craziest thing. All right, I hope there's not a lot of people listening that know what I'm talking about. There is somebody that we know in the 12U softball world that may or may not be on a team anymore.
Oh,
and this is a free agent signing at its finest.
Okay.
Like this is like. It is. This is great. I can't wait to get to. I know we have to get back to Guess the Lines, but to tell you guys, this is really good. It's so like that. I was like. I personally, even though I'm not coaching and I'm not, I have nothing to do with the program that my daughter is in right now. I'm like, here's what you can do. You can send a message to her and do whatever else. So I'm getting my daughter to actively recruit this free agency signing. Girl. And this girl's like, today, she's like, well, I've got offers, and she names like 3 teams. And I was like, well, that's not one of ours. Like, and I'm trying not to, because she's 12, and I haven't talked to her father, and I'm friends with her father. He's actually a fan of the show. He might be listening, he might not be, and if he is, hey, text me. We can use a catcher / first baseman, one that hits the way your daughter does. So it's just crazy because I was like, this is nuts. We're in 12-year softball. We're supposed to be in the off season, and now there's a possibility of a free agent.
When did the off season start?
My phone. I just got a notification on my Apple Watch. No, but I was really nervous.
You did too. Your face is red. You're all excited.
I was really nervous. Anyway, so that's the spill in the tea thing or whatever else.
Did you just try to sign somebody on ESPN radio?
Yeah, I'm trying to, yeah. And by the way, also on the Harrington Spud Facebook comment thread, the Chase Utley tweets that we did, Erickson just, Ezra just pulled up the thread for the Chase Utley tweets because it was kind of like those mean tweets of like, when they had, who was the outfielder that Hunter Pence, that they would always have those signs. You remember that?
Yeah.
The signs out there, Hunter Pence does whatever else, or it was kind of like the opposite. Were you old enough to remember, somebody needs to bring this back. Were you old? You had to be in high school. Maybe you were out of it when the whole Chuck Norris facts, the fake ones or whatever else. Yeah. So they were kind of like that, but they were like the opposite of Chase Utley, and I really enjoyed it because he's just one of my top 5 like least favorite players of all time.
We should do that too.
What?
We got to get a spill the tea segment, and then we got top 5 hated players list of all time.
God, that is
in
great.
Every sport.
All right, I'll put it on the list.
Are either one of us writing this down?
No, but I will remember the top 5 hated because that's a good one that we need to do. Definitely when we know we have a full house. Mm-hmm. And why and everything else. Because there's in reasons, because some of them are just like, it's just a dumb reason, and then some are just like, well, this guy did this and that, blah blah blah. Yeah. All right, we're going back to Guess the Lines. So afternoon games, we've got 4. 2 kick off at 3:05. 2 kick off at 3:25. First one, we got the Patriots at the Chargers. Not much here for me to speculate over.
New England's going to make the playoffs.
Ooh. Okay. Let me pull that up for you.
Let's just start right there.
I want to unpack that.
Possibly should have beat Dallas. Possibly should have beat the Buccaneers. This is a team not to mess around with. Bill knows what he's doing. And we're about to see Patriots run off like another 7 here the next 15 years again, aren't we?
No. I don't think McCorkle's there yet. So they've got 3 wins on the year. And they've got 4 losses. Their schedule is not that easy going here on out, okay?
They're gonna sneak in and take one of the games from the Bills.
They're at San Diego. I mean, I always do this. They're at Los Angeles Chargers this week. The next week, they go to Carolina, which we don't know what's going on there. Can't wait for P.J. Walker or J.P. Walker or whatever else to be the starting quarterback and just highlights of XFL stuff.
Do you think P.J. Walker's in trade talks? He's even part of the trade talks to Houston.
I would love
for
that.
Deshaun Watson.
Definitely. Carolina Panthers should trade him for Deshaun Watson.
Gotta have it.
They do have the Browns at home.
Beat up Browns.
Then 4 days later, they go to Atlanta for Thursday Night Football.
Atlanta can't beat Patriots.
Then they go to Tennessee, but they have 10 days off.
Ooh.
Obviously, Thursday to Sunday. They're at the Bills. Then they're at the Colts. And then they at home against the Bills, Jaguars, Dolphins at Miami. I don't know if it's going to be tough if they make that the playoffs.
I'm going to find a bet.
Yeah. We need to find that. You're right. All right. I got the Chargers at -7.
Oh, you're higher than I am.
Yeah, I disrespected the Patriots.
You did not like that at all.
I disrespected them.
Now I want to rethink mine. I just added a 0.5 to mine. I had them at 3 at first. I just moved 3.5 is what I like. The Chargers were off, but they also were off after a pretty embarrassing loss to the Ravens, and then the Ravens get kind of demolished. It's a weird NFL.
I'm going to take this just by half a point. It's -5.5.
Oh.
You're 2 off, and I was 1.5 off.
All right. -5.5, huh?
See Jacksonville at Seattle. Urban Meyer is a huge grunge fan, so this is going to be a big game for him. I don't know. I'm making that up. Jacksonville goes to Seattle.
I feel like Pete Carroll and Urban Meyer would not like each other.
I don't feel. I agree with that too.
I feel like they would want to beat each other at anything and
it's
everything. They both just like the same person on different sides of the country and just do not like each other.
It's either their handshake is like a passing by handshake, or it's one handshake and then a pat on the back. I'm hugging you, but I'm hitting you at the same time. I don't think there's a lot of respect out of these two, and I don't know why. We're just recklessly speculating, which is one of my favorite things to do. I've got Seattle -3.5 here.
I got Seattle -3.
Well, my hook comes through for the first star today.
First star.
It is Seattle -3.5.
See, look at you winning the second.
Look at me.
I told you, just got to win them all and you're back in it.
Look at me go.
Do we like that? What do we think? I mean, the last night the weather had a lot to factor with it. Jacksonville, they were off last week, right? So they had a bye week.
Jacksonville. I'm sorry. Seattle outside of that touchdown to DK Metcalf was what, 86 yards, 76 yards within the first 5 minutes.
Why didn't they throw him the ball more?
They did nothing the rest of the time.
Even the announcers were talking about he hasn't seen the ball thrown his way in 38 plays or something like that. And I'm like, it makes no sense. I don't care what the weather's like. You throw it to DJ Metcalf.
Yeah, unless Seattle goes and hey, we totally, the offensive coordinator and Pete Carroll say hey, we totally messed it up. By the way, these are the type of thing. There's certain names that always remind me of a segment of that Le Batard does, and I miss Le Batard. I
miss Le Batard.
And he would. You remember the situation where they would bring up names and then it would be looks like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And my favorite about Pete Carroll was he looks like every villain when they unmask in Scooby Doo. And I was like, he really does.
He does.
And so every time I hear Pete Carroll, I think of that segment. And every time I hear Lane Kiffin, I think of the one. Lane Kiffin looks like the guy that speeds through a no-wake zone while he's riding the boat. And I'm like, he totally does look like that guy who doesn't give a crap about a no-wake zone. So, all right, the Washington football team at the Denver Broncos.
This is another game I just won't be interested in whatsoever.
No, I'm happy for you, Washington football team fans. I'm happy for you, Herd Nation. Don't care. The afternoon games are New England Chargers. Don't care. Jacksonville, Seattle. Why? Why not? I don't care. I'm sorry. I can't do that. And I don't. Washington at Denver, and I don't care about Tampa Bay at New Orleans.
Really don't.
At this point, you know what? Just be parent of the year and start getting your kid dressed to go trick or treating.
You ain't lying. They did this on purpose.
Yeah.
People can miss these games.
Take this time in the afternoon to go run to the store and fill up a cooler with some beverages. And when the parents come by, be that cool person in the neighborhood that says, hey, here's some candy for the kids, but since you're walking around with everybody,
you want a beer?
You want a little beer to put in there, or a seltzer, or
and
whatever else.
Nobody's turning down a Busch Light.
No,
nobody's.
So go take the time to do that.
Grab yourself a 30-pack real quick.
It'll be 52 degrees at the time, maybe. That's what it's supposed to be. It's not bad. Get a hooded sweatshirt, get outside. Because there's nothing really to watch here. Washington football team at Denver. I got Denver at -4.
You're higher than I am. I think the Denver's defense is kind of hurt. I think Washington's banged up all over the place. I think I don't know. I did like some things that the Washington did against the Packers last week. So I think that obviously I don't have them favored. I got Denver -1.
I'm going to get this just to be a little bit closer. It's -3. They gave him the good old-fashioned, what we like to call the missionary position with the lights off.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's just lazy, and it's like, all right, guys, this is what we think. And yeah, like you said, makes sense. If we know anything here about home field advantage, this is the usual, we're just going to give them 3. But we do know that things look like it's more likely -1.5.
I just want to be clear that we're not saying anything bad about missionary position, right? Like, we're not saying like, we're not
everybody
going that
like,
far,
wait. That's my favorite. Good for you. Tampa Bay goes to New Orleans Saints. Did you see the stat that they had last night that during Sean Payton, Drew Brees averaged like 38 attempts per game, but Jameis Winston is something only like 24. But he did get to like 34 last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not see that.
And I think maybe they're relying a lot on Alvin Kamara. There was the other thing that Drew Brees said that it was like little things, and he was talking about Jameis Winston, and he just alluded to, it was just so much like, the guy works so hard and he studies so much. And I was like, please don't tell me that Jameis Winston is the first in the building, the last to leave. Like, don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. When it didn't work out in Tampa Bay. Like, don't be that guy.
This is not the guy.
He's like, oh yeah, he just works so hard, and he goes, and he's learning so much. And I was like, he's got a lot of years in the league. It's not a matter of now, like, he's just reaching his potential. Stop it, Drew Brees. Like, you don't always have to find the positive or whatever else. I got Tampa Bay on the road favorite at -5.5.
-5.5.
Yeah.
You are lower than I am. I don't know. I haven't seen anything really that impressive from New Orleans, except for that first week when they took that big win from Green Bay. Tampa Bay kind of seemed like they were still clicking on all cylinders. That defense is getting better, it looks like. I'm not saying that the Bears have any great offense to really test them that much, but still got to play two sides of the ball. I had Tampa Bay -9.
You went that high.
Yeah.
It's -4.5.
Wow.
Keep that in mind now.
I'm way off.
Keep that in mind that you might want to, you like them that much, you might want to put a wager on that.
Yeah.
Always use your brain if you like them that high and the lines aren't there. Let me give you a little bit, though, of a hesitation before you want to place that bet.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football.
Okay.
Had 4 guests on last night. One of them was Tom Brady. This year is the first year of Monday Night Football. And again, I'm going to keep saying Monday Night Football. I'm not calling it the Manning Cast. Every time a player has joined Peyton or Eli on the broadcast this season, his team has lost the next game.
You're going to give me some stupid Madden curse rule like that, just to keep me out of this?
I am.
You're going to tell me Jameis Winston's going to be the only two, he's going to beat Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers in the same year?
I just did. That's right. So, here's your list. Week 1, Travis Kelce was on the show. The Chiefs lost week 2. Russell Wilson was on week 1 as well. The Seahawks lost week 2. Rob Gronkowski was on week 2. Tampa Bay lost week 3. And Matthew Stafford was on week 3. And the Rams lost week 4. Now, it's Tom Brady.
What was the first one you said?
Travis Kelce.
Okay. What were the names?
Travis Kelce and Russell Wilson were both on week 1.
Okay.
They both lost week 2. Rob Gronkowski was on week 2. He lost week 3. Matthew Stafford on week 3. They lost week 4. I'm staying away from this game till the streak is broken.
What about?
I'm not riding this
horse.
horse.
Drew Brees, he's a Saint, right?
He's not a Saint. He's not currently playing. He's not currently playing.
Right.
These guys are currently in.
So you're staying away from this game.
I am staying away from this game.
Okay.
I'm not buying into the Monday Night Football curse yet.
You don't want to take New Orleans for some money? You want to put, like, because you and Troy always usually get a bet going. Troy always get a bet going when you guys do your wagers.
No.
You want to put a little 20 spot on it?
I'm just saying, keep an eye on this game.
I'll give you the 4.5.
Keep an eye on this game. That's the one. Because now you're going to be like, oh, this Monday Night Football thing might have some, curse might have some legs. This is going to be the game in the afternoon, the only game I'll pay attention to. only because I want this to be a thing. So I'm pulling for the Saints.
Pulling for the Saints.
When the Saints go marching in this week.
When the Saints.
That's right. Famous Jameis.
I don't even know the song.
That's about as far as I know, too. The Sunday night game, love it. I don't think, again, as far as in the
This
mid...
is almost must-watch TV, isn't it?
Yeah, in the Midwest, this is exactly what we need. Now, you have taken the afternoon and you have gone out and you've gone and gotten a cooler to fill a beer to fill in the cooler for the people. You're the cool guy in the neighborhood. You're the neighbor that everyone wants to be. You've handed out candy. You've handed a beer or seltzer or whatever else to the people out there that are walking their kids. At the same time, trick-or-treating will end roughly around 8 o'clock, I guess. Yeah. Kickoff's going to be at 7:20. Plug in that television when the dads are walking around.
Absolutely.
Have this game on. Dallas at Minnesota Vikings. Yes, I do agree it's must-watch. Minnesota's not having the year that they think they want, but they're close.
Yeah, they're trending in the right direction.
What did we have yesterday? We said that they were the ones, the quote we used from Ted Lasso, by the way. Go to ESPN1170am.com, see what we wrote up, and you can also watch our clip from yesterday when we gave a quote for every a Ted Lasso quote for every team in the NFL. The one we had that was, if God wanted there to be ties, she wouldn't have, created a score. That's what we said about the Vikings. They have 5 games this year that are within 1 score. So they play teams close, win or lose.
Every game pretty much has been close for them, and it's been it's been a lot of fun watching Minnesota play football this year.
It was almost to the point where I was like, I haven't done it, but for some reason when I was writing down the lines, I was like, outside of trick-or-treating, I was like, I wonder how much tickets are.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea if I just...
And you've kind of gotten off Zimmer a little bit,
Yeah, well, no, I'm still... I would like to be there when that happens. I want to feel like I have a part in this if when Zimmer gets fired. I really want to feel like I
was the one.
I participated in this whole thing over.
First.
Yeah.
No, there's a couple things my old lady doesn't know right now, that she's watching the World Series tonight and she's watching the Cowboys on Sunday night. That's what she doesn't know, but she's going to find out. I'm watching this game.
Is the third highest ticket according to ESPN for this week's slate to get. Oddly enough, look at this sheet in front of you. Okay. Let's play this game. Before we get to it, what do you think is the highest? What game is the highest ticket as low as? So ESPN will give you your time, what national television it's on, and it will say tickets, and it will say like tickets as low as blah, blah, blah. What do you think the highest one on there? I just told you that this game, the Sunday night game, is the third highest. Yes. What do you think the highest one is? According to ESPN.com.
Pittsburgh and Cleveland?
It is. Great call.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that? Just because of divisional?
I mean, it's really the only game that makes sense. Maybe Arizona and Green Bay, but I feel like Arizona's not filling that stadium anytime.
Okay.
No matter if they're completely
Do you
undefeated.
have a second one? Do you have number 2? Because you did so well on the number 1.
It's not Jacksonville and Seattle, is it?
It's not, no.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't.
San Francisco at Chicago.
Really?
Yeah. So Pittsburgh at Cleveland, tickets as low as $122.
I guess I can see a lot of San Francisco fans.
Sure. San Francisco at Chicago, $94. And then Dallas at Minnesota, $83. Which is the exact amount the ticket was that my roommate at the time when I lived in the Twin Cities, it was $83 to see Elton John and Billy Joel, and he told me he didn't want to go, and I've never forgiven him for it. Even though I've seen Billy Joel in concert.
Go?
No, I didn't go.
Wow.
It's annoying. Yeah, I'm still bitter about it.
That would have been a concert to go to, man. Why don't you go by yourself?
I don't know. And then we're talking, this is like almost 20 years later, and I'm still bitter.
That's sad.
I know. All right, I got Dallas favored on the road at -5.5.
We both have Dallas favored.
Yep.
I just don't think that they're going to do that to Minnesota at home. Maybe I'm wrong. I only have it at Dallas -1.
Good for you.
Is it a star? Did I get
it's
a star?
Not a star. It's not a star. It's Dallas -2.5.
Okay.
But good for you. You broke that down. And the strange thing is every week I sit there and say, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. Even yesterday we talked about when we used our quote for Ted Lasso, like, hey, eventually you just kind of work your way into being like, hey, Dallas is good, even though you don't want to. That might have been where I got overzealous with the Dallas Cowboys at -5.5.
A lot of Kool-Aid to be drank there.
And finally, Kansas City hosts the New York Giants. Kansas City is just
It's got to flip sometime, right? Is that what we're just going to say, or is it never going to flip and we're just going to watch it keep going? And I know they always say that, like, you always want to bet on the team that you always want to bet against the team that lost the Super Bowl the year before. That's always a big thing.
I will spend legitimately the next 9 weeks constantly referring to our conversation we had yesterday every time, unless it changes about Ted Lasso, because I truly do believe in this a lot. Here's an idea that's going to help a little or hurt a lot. Let's have a drink.
Yep.
That's what we said about the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's completely true. I am apprehensive 100% about making them my survivor pick this week, but it makes all the sense in the world to me. Kansas City's the better team than the Giants. It's not divisional, and they're at home. That's the formula I have been following. And even more so, what I really need to do is start breaking down and looking at week 9, 10, and start preparing to do it down. Because I'm telling you, it's
you're
getting
getting close.
That part.
It's getting to the end.
I only have Kansas City at -7.
Well, that makes me feel good about my guess because you said only, which makes it sound like you've seen the line and now
I have.
You think it's low, and I have them at -10.
And you get your first star.
I get a star on that one?
Yes, you do. I don't think Kansas City should be double-digit favorites. I think the betting public will take this game, and I think they're absolutely crazy too, because I believe Kansas City is something ridiculous, like 1-5 against the spread, and something even worse, like 4-14 out of their last 18. Now, I'm saying that off the top of my head, but it's close.
Your survivor pool pick, I think, is really safe here.
You do think so?
I think it's completely safe. I think they have to win this game. The wheels just don't fall off this far. The wheels fall.
It's kind of like one of those things, like, and why I do like this, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, why I do like this pick, because I will be able to always have that with the Kansas City Chiefs fan when they're like, we don't know what happened. I'm like, me neither.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Eagles in your parlay. Yep. You will not forget this for a long time.
I will not. No,
and anytime I'm around a Chiefs fan, and I have way too many in my life, and more than I care for, then I can at least be like, I don't know what happened either. I would like you to explain it to me. And when they say, like, we just don't know, like, what happened here when the New York Giants came into town, I just don't think they should be double-digit favorites. But it's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Would you be surprised at all if I told you at halftime this is a 14-13 game the Giants are winning?
I would be surprised to hear you say that.
I'm going to text you on Monday night next week when it's 14-13 and say we are live betting the Chiefs right now. And I guarantee you the payout will not be that big.
Yeah, no.
But we will have to live bet them or whatever else, because it just seems like the pattern for them is to always be a little behind.
I think that they could have had this game against this. This is a good time to play the Giants for the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time to play the Giants. No Saquon. Danny Dimes is probably one hit away from Mike Lennon.
They just don't. Kansas City just doesn't have a defense. It's sick. Let's see here. Yeah, Monday night.
Start having some pride too, though. They got to start having some, getting.
It's not a look ahead. Boy, the Packers have 2 tough weeks in a row. It's not a look ahead game at all. It's the NFL. They don't usually do that. They'll be at home against the Giants, home against Packers on November 7th. So there's not much of a look ahead here too much. Really, the Chiefs at this point, all they need to really worry about is winning the division. I don't think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs, though. Sorry, but this would probably be my survivor pick. Well, you won the week. Good job by you.
Yeah. Hey.
We have to take our last break, and when we take our last break this late in the show in the second hour, that means we're going straight into the end of the show. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for the phone calls. Thank Mikey. Go ahead and listen to Balls and Pucks podcast. Like you said, it's on Saturday mornings, and you can listen to the podcast anywhere you do that. Thanks to Easer Ace for calling in. We probably will have a lot to talk about when it comes to the baseball game tomorrow. Tonight, sorry. First pitch, 7:09, game 1. And that and more, we'll have a lot to talk about. Enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities.
We on here tomorrow?
Stay safe and sanitize. Right now, tentatively, yes.
All right.
Stay safe and sanitize tomorrow. Stay safe and sanitize. Good luck today. Good luck every day. We'll talk to you later. All right. Bye.
This is Adam Rosso from Hawk, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
What's your car's monthly payment? There's a good chance that First Midwest Bank can lower it. Just like refinancing a mortgage, First Midwest Bank can refinance your auto loan too. That means lower payments, lower interest rates, and higher monthly savings. Plus, you can wait up to 60 days to make your first payment. Go to firstmidwest.com/auto refi to apply and drive down your car payments today. Member FDIC, subject to credit approval, vehicle insurance required.
you get a car, and you get a car. Would you like a car? Well, you get one. We all get cars.
Honey! It's 5 a.m. You just woke up the kids, and likely the neighbors.
Oops, sorry. Got carried away again. Have you seen the savings?